Well, I want to welcome everyone here, and just want to share some good news, but we're not totally out of the water yet. So just wanted to make this announcement today to let the citizens of Butte and surrounding areas know what's going on with our potable water system in Butte Silver Bow. So based on information generated from updated hydraulic modeling, we've been able to scale the advisory warning to an isolated area where any possible contamination may have occurred. The area is located south of Farrell, west of Continental, and north of Ottawa Street, and east of Farragut and Howard. A map of these areas will be available on our website and through our social media page and news outlets. Out of abundance of caution, while awaiting the final test results, only the area inside the red line remains under the do not consume advisory order for tap water. The isolated area is depicted inside the red line on the attached map that we will pass out. As a reminder, based on the results received so far from both Butte Silver Bow's internal analysis and the Montana State Lab, no signs of contamination have been detected either inside or outside the boundaries. The Montana Department of Environmental Quality has lifted the do not consume advisory order for Butte Silver Bow, except in the areas inside the red line. We ask that the residents or businesses in the affected area continue to pick up water at the Civic Center. For more information, please contact the hotline. The hotline will remain open tonight, Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 12 p.m. and then 3 to 5 p.m. I also wanted to let people know that are inside the advisory area that we will also continue to distribute water to those in that affected area, but because it's scaled down to a lot, we will have it down at the Civic Center still and be supported with Butte Silver Bow and Montana Resources. We ask those residents to bring just a proof of address to us. It doesn't matter, it can be a piece of mail, it can be their license, whatever that is, and we will give up to 2 cases a day to the affected residents. I've got to thank our team in Butte Silver Bow that's been going nonstop for 24/7 throughout this, throughout our do not consume order. We set up a hotline out at the Emergency Operations Center. Lisa Carey and her team have done a fantastic job out there. Karen Malachny and the health department getting messages out to all the businesses and delivering water throughout the county to get people the necessary water that is there. Mark Neary with Public Works and Jim Keenan for their tireless efforts to get all the sampling and flushing done of the system. I want to thank the sheriff. He's been there all the way along to make sure that people remain calm and that we do things in an orderly fashion, and things have gone very smoothly. Sean Fredrickson with the Public Works Department has been nonstop helping distribute, with his team, distribute water, as every team throughout every department. Community development with Karen Burns and her team, HR. I just can't speak enough about the effort that has gone on, and the IT department has kept everybody up to date on that. And Jason, every time we call him, he gets things out. And we will continue to update everything on there. So again, we have on the website the Everbridge system, so people can continue to get updates on the Everbridge system. On our website, on Facebook, and then through the news channels, we will keep updated information. I just want to say the DEQ is doing this out of abundance of caution, but there has been no positive exceedances in any of the areas, including that of the boundary area that we have. So I want people to really understand that. They're really waiting on one test to come back, and that's they're testing for mercury, which takes a little bit longer, and we're hoping for those results to be back by Saturday night or Sunday. So we expect this do not consume order to continue at least through Saturday to early Sunday. but we feel confident that there will be no exceedances there. Montana Resources has assured me that they have never exceeded mercury in any of their tests there. So we feel pretty confident that we're going to be able to lift that order in due process. But again, we're going through the process, making sure the community is safe. We can assure the community in areas outside of the boundaries and inside the boundaries that we're still safe. This is abundance of caution. We want people to do that. Also, I would like to let people know that Montana Tech has offered showering and use of their facilities to come up at Montana Tech. And so the public would be, residents that are impacted are invited to come up to Montana Tech to use their facilities to shower from 2 to 8 p.m. daily. The last entry would be at 7:45 p.m. and to make sure they bring their own toiletries and towels if they want to shower up there, but they'll be welcomed at Montana Tech. So again, this is a community effort. We thank the community for their patience. We thank everybody involved, and I know I missed a few, but in the media outlets for keeping us updated, keeping the community updated, and there'll be more to come. And so thank you all for being here. I will take questions if there are any.
Could you, Chief Executive, could you say again what area it is, and do you know about how many people that affects?
I can tell you the area again. So the area is located south of Farrell Street, west of Continental, north of Ottawa Street, and east of Farragut and Howard. We do have maps that you'll be able to post and show online. We want people to understand that, to where they're affected. And we want people to understand, even though they're in that area, there has been no positive tests for any contamination in the area. The reason why it's narrowed down to that is that the hydraulic system that would cause for that any contamination to spread would be limited at the max to anywhere that could be affected. So that's why we were able to do that down. The system's pressurized. It wouldn't allow any contamination to spread any place outside of that. That was accepted by the Department of Environmental Quality, and so that's why we're here today. We wanted to get this message out immediately to the community.
So can you tell me shower facilities at Tech, where at Tech?
So, my fault. That's at their hyper complex, is where the basketball courts and so the hyper complex, and thank you for saying that, I didn't clarify. So that's the hyper complex up in Montana Tech. Are there any other questions? I want to thank everybody here. Butte Silver Bowl employees have been rock stars. This is out of the norm for everybody. Montana Resources has offered a lot of the support and helping get water and things out too, so it's been a community effort to really get us through this. All right, well thank you all for being here.
You guys have the map or something? Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You need a map.
Thank you. Okay, there you have it, folks. This is John Amy with KXLF. Here's a map they've got. Essentially what we've learned here is that the original order to not use tap water has been lifted for most of the city, except for people living in this area right here in red. This looks like kind of the area kind of immediately south of Montana Resources, the processing plant.
I forgot to mention
We will put up a map so you guys can see this. From what I'm gathering, the only reason that area here that they're putting on this map is still under the no consume order is because of potential, the DEQ is concerned about elevated levels of mercury, but we did hear the chief executive say that Montana Resources said they've never had a issue of mercury within their processed water, but that hasn't been tested for. So again, this is another bit of abundance of caution, as they say. But the rest of the city, if you're outside this area, is the ban is lifted. You can drink the tap water. You can take a shower. You can wash your dishes, go back to normal, except for this area. We'll get this map out to you guys again as soon as possible. But so that's what I've got reporting from the courthouse. A major announcement. Much of the after testing the tap water, it appears to be they found no major elevated levels throughout the city, and the ban on drinking tap water has been lifted. And I'm going to have a story tonight. I talked to some of the scientists here locally that have been working tirelessly on this, on testing the water in Butte, and from what we gather, some good news for the residents. So I'm John Amy. I'll have more on this later.